Hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so what we are going to talk about today is creating more space for yourself in your day and however things are going for you in your life, and also giving yourself grace however it goes. And a lot of times it comes down to giving yourself permission that this is okay to do. And this is something that when I send you guys these emails, I don't just want to write whatever. It is what I feel called to share with you. Maybe something that's going on in my life, or I hear from a client. And so that is what we're talking about today. And if I look at the last couple weeks, one, this was I'm recording this video on Friday. I'm probably not going to send it out to you next week because, and I'll share my story. I have something else going on today. But this is the week that is 4 years since my mom passed away. And I have been mindful of giving some more space in the week. Actually, last Friday, took some more time off to really be with that day and create space for it. And it's actually been pretty good this week. And I think because I gave myself that time. And funny story is that I actually mixed up what the day was, and I thought it was Friday. And so I had put some space in my calendar and freed it up. And then, it was sad and feeling whatever and remembering. And part of it is like not just the grief of losing someone, is there was a lot that happened around her death and unexpected and sudden. And, so it's messy. And so I wanted to give some space for that. And then realized halfway through the day, I'm like, oh, I don't even have the right date. However, the important part of that was that this week there was a lot more going on. And so, uh, a Tuesday in the middle of the week, maybe not the best, but because I gave that space for myself, even though it might have been the wrong day or whatever, the intention behind it was the same, to go, okay, I know this might be a heavier week. I want to create space to remember or think about something. And so I put that space in my calendar, even though it was really not the best timing. There's a lot going on this fall with business and work. And so creating that space. So that's one aspect. You got something bigger going on in your life and creating space. And then also creating space for just your week or your day. And so you have breathing room. So you have space to focus on your most important work, to have space to go to the gym or have some time with your kids, or your own personal me time, whatever it is that if we are not intentional about creating that space in our calendar, it will get filled up with other things. There will always be more to do and more people that you can be with and be there for, and tasks to do and projects. And so if we are not intentional about creating that space in just your regular day or in your week, it's very easy to overcommit and fill things up. And then also, you don't have space and time for the things that matter most and your true priorities. And so it's important to uh, have that space in your regular day or week. And space is really a power move. If you are someone who thinks I have meetings all day long and I just have space for that, and you're also feeling spread thin and burned out and overwhelmed, putting some more space in your day and your week will be a game changer. And it is important for our own well-being and high performance. And so give yourself permission to put more space into your regular day or week as well. And then the third part of creating space is actually creating space for the unexpected. Some space in your calendar when you need to pivot and something unexpected happens and you need to adjust your day or your week, because that's often people can have their schedule set up, but then something unexpected will happen at work or something unexpected will happen in your personal life. And if you don't have space, if you don't have some breathing room, it is harder to flex and adjust things. And that is something where this week I'm pretty good at having space in my regular weekend calendar, which helps me move forward the things that matter through the week. But then it also, instead of doing some of the things I had planned, I actually needed to use it for some personal things. Our teenager, a younger boy, he broke his thumb ligament in football a couple weeks ago, and he has a cast on, and then he was supposed to get his cast changed on Wednesday, and the appointment got mixed up, and so it ended up that we had to go back to the hospital and wait, and so that kind of ate up my Wednesday morning, which was some time that I had set aside to prepare for a workshop that I was doing the next day. And then uh, last night, get done the workshop, and I took some downtime in the afternoon and then was going to do something else and get a phone call from him. And he hurt his other pinky, dislocated his pinky finger, and had to go to the hospital when he was warming up for something. And so then it's like, okay, change plans, go to the hospital with him. And then, so a few things this week. So there is having that space to be able to do that and be there for people. And it doesn't work out perfectly. And sometimes things work, and sometimes something unexpected will happen and will completely derail your week. But I was able to navigate that well because I had some space. And then also part of that is being okay to go, okay, something needs to change. What do I need to take off my plate? And if I look at today, it is Friday. It is 1:20 p.m. This is my last thing recording it for the day because my dad is up in the city this week. And so, I did not get some things done this week because I had to shift things around. I could really use this afternoon for work. He would have been fine if I said I got things to do. But that intentionally choosing to go, hey, I had the space set aside. I'm going to keep it focused on what matters more here. And, sending you this email out today, or doing a social media post, or doing some follow up on some speaking stuff, it's just going to have to wait till next week. And that's where the grace part comes in. Because I think, I can also sometimes get caught up in my head, is like, I said I would do these things. I can actually get them done, but I'm choosing to leave them to go do something else. And so just giving some grace to go, you're just making choices in your day that are best for you where you're at right now. And you might not get done everything you thought you'd get done. You might even make a choice to say, hey, I got to not do this personal thing because I have to focus on it. Like whatever your choices are, is that also giving yourself grace? Space and grace. That's been on my mind a lot this week, is having space, but then also however things go, or if things need to move and things need to change, or you maybe didn't get done as much as you thought you'd need to, or you're wrapping up your Friday and you're like, maybe I got to work this weekend because I didn't get things done, to just be okay to go, okay, it is what it is. Here's where I'm at. If you have some space in your calendar, it's easier to say, I will do that next week, but just giving yourself grace and to go, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to honor your boundaries, and you're going to give yourself some time. And that comes with being okay with yourself to go, maybe I didn't get done everything I need to get done. And so looking at the wins and what you did do and how you did show up, and, are you aligned with who you want to be as a leader, as a parent in your life? And if not, that is just a lesson to go, okay, what do I need to do differently? But no matter how it goes, no matter where you're at, to give yourself that grace, that being kind to yourself, to go, okay, you're doing your best, you're showing up as your best, you will tweak, you will change, you will adjust. But that grace is really important too. And that's something that, I'm really thankful for the space I've created. It comes with being intentional. It comes with being self-aware and knowing, hey, I'm going to need this space. So I'm going to block my calendar. I'm going to carve it out, even though I could use that time for something else, and honoring that. And then also, letting yourself off the hook a little bit for, maybe you didn't get done everything you need to get done, or maybe you had to move some pieces around, and being okay to give yourself some grace for that as well. And when you do that, it gets easier then to show up in your week. Like I've been, I've been good how I show up. I maybe haven't been as productive as I would like to be, but I am happy with how I'm showing up for myself and in my relationships and being there for things. And even in doing the workshop and doing the work that I am showing up for, it is showing up in my best energy and stuff. But that also means giving myself more space in other spaces to be able to say, hey, I don't have the energy for this today to finish off these other tasks. And so being okay to say, hey, it's not a priority, I'm going to let it go. And that comes with giving yourself some grace and permission for that as well. And then one other final thought I want to leave you with is that also changing what a win is in your week. I was on a walk with a former coaching client who's a friend now, and we were out for a walk, catching up on things. And she was talking about something personally going on for her, and where it was feeling like in some personal conversations, it was not a win-win. And she was feeling like, hey, not heard, or it was maybe a win-lose situation. And my thought and response was, you got to change what a win is. You got to change what a win is. A win is not, making sure that you are heard and people understand your point of view. That's great if they do, but don't make that the win. Or getting everything done in your week. It's like, what is the win? Are you showing up for people in the way you want? Are you being kind and patient with people? Whatever it might be for you. And so, I'll just leave you with how everything's are going for you to change what a win is for you. Okay. Talk to you later.